Welcome to SAS, short and sweet tips for the business sector from the Case Mastermind Group. So that sort of guides us hopefully now nicely to your fourth subject, Gary.
Which is sex. And that has crucified many, particularly men, that has crucified their success. That has crucified their success. They can be working really well and all of a sudden it goes off. And that obviously leads to the partner. Sometimes they're not happy at home. They haven't got the courage to leave. They haven't got the courage to say, this ain't working. We're both not happy. We're both not right. And they haven't got the courage. So what they do, because they want to make themselves feel good, so they go and find, they meet someone else, and for half hour they feel good. But that's only getting them out of their situation. How many people have you known, presidents, prime ministers, they get to where they want, and suddenly this sex thing, this little head they've got in their trousers controls their brain thinking, and it just takes them off on a tangent, ruins their life. Where, as we've spoken earlier about Think and Grow Rich with Napoleon Hill, if you can get that power that sex gives you and transform it into your vision and your dream and your goal, and that same drive that drives sex, you'll be the most successful person on this planet. This is what successful people do. Yeah. It's that same thing where we said about the little child falling over and keeps getting up, learning to walk. The courage and the determination that child has is immense. If we can only just take that and put it into our adult lives, the same as when we're a young man. You know, you've got a young man who's 16 and he's got his first girlfriend. And they've been together for ages. And I know when I was 16, you're trying to get around up a jump and you're doing it. And this goes on until one day we got action. And she says to you, next weekend, my mum and dad are away. You can stay around and we can go to bed together. You can imagine. You are so fired up and excited. This is your first sex encounter. You're ready to go. And all of a sudden the heavens open up. She lives 10 miles away and we've got snowstorms, we've got wind, there are no trains, the roads are blocked, can't get anywhere. There's 10, 20 foot drifts. You can't get there. Do we say, oh, well, we won't do that today? We get there, don't we? Doesn't matter what is going on. It'll be the Third World War, bombs are going. If that's our first sex inventor, nothing's going to stop us getting there. We will get there. Why do we do that later on when we're chasing our dreams and our goals? That power is colossal. I've got friends and people I know, it's destroyed their lives because of that thing. They drive to it, but they won't go and drive to it to make their relationship good or to make their business a success or make their life a success. And if they want their children to succeed, they succeed first, children will follow. So many parents say to kids, oh, I want you to do this and do that. They ain't done it. How do you expect children to do it? You've got to go do it. You're the best advert for them. Let them copy you.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. And you touched on there Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, which is people refer back to this all the time. The greats, Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, and all these people. And that subject there, and I believe in the book he called it, was it sexual transmutation?
That's it, yeah.
That's right. It's quite a big phrase, but it's focusing that drive, that passion into something. Yeah. So elaborate a little bit more, Gary, because you've obviously got that energy and the drive behind you in what you've done and achieved along your journey. Yeah. Just for someone listening that's probably saying, well, I've never even heard this subject. What on earth are these guys talking about? Just break it down so someone who's never really sort of encountered that subject before. How did you, Gary Price, how did you get that drive and energy, that sexual energy, what we would call it, to become a driver for you to your success in your journey?
Yeah.
How did you apply that yourself?
I think the most important thing is to have that dream or that goal. That's the most important thing. You must have that and say, right, this is what we're going to do. This is where we're going. And so you plan. Yeah, never worry about the money. Don't worry about how you're going to do it. That will all turn up. Money will turn up. Things will turn up for you. It's having that dream, that goal, that focus, that vision. And this is what we're going to do. Right, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to do it in 2, 3, 4 years' time, or 6 months, whatever size goal it is, and we work towards that. Then, right, we've got that set. It needs to be written down. It needs to be written down. You need to be reading it. Every night before you go to bed, the last thing you do is to read this, where you're going and what you're going to do, because you want it in the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind doesn't know truth or fiction. We can lie to it, and it acts upon it. You see, the conscious mind has got eyes. We can see, we can hear, and relate to the conscious mind of what we see and what we hear, or what we feel, or what we touch. The subconscious mind hasn't got none of that. It relies on our tongue. What do we say to our subconscious mind? I've always said we're hung by our tongue. What you put in will happen. You know, I've always said, you know, if you go with nature, if you plant nettles, you ain't going to get fucking tulips. It's it. Whatever you plant in comes out. Everyone's got computers. Everyone's got a smartphone. If you're going to put crap in there, guess what's going to come out? That's nature.
Yes.
So we must plant good stuff. We must plant good visions in our brain of where we want to be and what we want to do. Once you've got that, then you can look and say, right, this is my next thing. Who has succeeded in what I want to do? Who's actually where I want to be? And all we've got to do is to copy that person. It is so simple, but people get, oh, can't do this. I've been told I can't do this. That person's done it. I can understand if you're going to do something that no one's ever done on this planet before. It's more difficult. You've got nothing to refer to. You've got to be the trailblazer. But if you're going to do something that someone has already done, just copy them. Copy what they do. Spend time with them people that are going on the same. You know, I've always said, if you get locked up in prison for 10 years, you don't come out a policeman.
Yes.
Whoever you spend time with, you become the same as them.
Yeah. No, very true.
People you want to be.
Yeah. And I think history, you know, you touched on there, you know, when they were talking about putting the first man on the moon, first time it ever happened. No one had done it before, but you could probably relate back to the vision of Christopher Columbus going to the New World, because no one had ever done that before, gone across there and done those things. I think we later found out that the Vikings had done it. He wasn't the first one to get across there, but you know, it's the same vision, it's the same desire, and you go right back to that root cause, that vision, that what you're looking for. Most people today, they call it the why, don't they? The why. That why. And if your why
is
make you cry, you know, your why's got to make you cry. And the meaning of that is it's got to be something that's really meaningful to you. It's got to energize you. It's got to excite you. It's got to be something that you really want to see happen. It doesn't have to be a physical thing. It needs to be an objective, somewhere that you're going. Like you referred to earlier.
Yeah.
You've got to have a destination. You've got to know where you're heading, haven't you?
Yeah.
But it's that excitement.
If you know where you're going, where you're heading, it's like being in a ship with no captain. You've got no rudder. You're just going to be taken by the storm. Wherever you want to go, you just get taken by. You've been led, rather than you being the governor, you being the captain of your vessel, your ship, and this is where we're going.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you want to go on holiday. You want to go on holiday. So you go online or you ring a travel agent or go to the travel agents and you say, I want to go on holiday. They say, where do you want to go? I don't know, somewhere nice. No, they want to know where you want to go. Where you want to go, when do you want to go, and how are you going to pay for it? That's 3 questions. Where do you want to go? You do, and you tell them. You don't say, oh, go wherever you want. Just, get on a plane, wherever it lands. No, we want to go somewhere. We have a destination. If you want to go in the car, we want to go and drive up to Liverpool or go to Manchester. We have a destination and we get the map. We got sat-navs now, but we know where we're going and we head our way towards it. That's life. That's the same thing. Same thing.
Yeah.
People complicate it. It's so easy. Follow nature and we go.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely brilliant, Gary. And such an excellent point to end on, I think, because when people have got a passion about what they do, you can see it so much. There's a totally different drive in somebody. There's too many people in the world today. They're stuck in a job. They're even stuck in a business. They might have been handed down that business. They might have started out in that business. They left school. They knew they needed to earn some money. They got into an industry because they may have had a skill in the industry or they liked it then. We all grow and evolve. And if we lose our passion for that, then it's nothing harder than getting up in the morning and doing something that you don't really want to do. But you just feel obligated to carry on doing it. People are sitting in those painful situations and they're so frightened to take that jump, to make a move into something new, to open up and transform their life. Because if you're really passionate about it, if you've got that passion about it, Gary, you never work another day in your life, do you? You've got in there. You've been doing that stuff.
It's a great day.
Yeah, every day's an exciting day.
You don't because you're not ill. You're happy. You're on a mission. You're going and you're happy and you keep healthy because my body is purely a vehicle for me to use. I don't listen to my body to say that's hurting, is it? No, you're here just purely to take me around of what I'm going to do. I tell you we've had enough. I tell you when we're going to pack up. But at the moment you're just a carcass and you're doing exactly what I say. The tail don't wag the dog wags the tail. And I'm the dog. And my body's the towel, and it's going to wag when I tell it to. When are you going to retire, Gary? I said, when I've hit the ground dead, I'll retire. I'll let you know. I've got too much to do, too much to go on. I've got too many people to help.
Absolutely.
Some of the oldest people I've ever met are still on a mission. They're still setting goals. I've met, in the businesses, I've met a lot of Olympians that they train very hard for 4 years and they don't make the semi-final, and then you've got another 4 years where they actually get to the final but don't win it, and they've got another, so we're talking 12 years here. And all of a sudden, bang, they've won the gold, and it's elation, it's incredible, they're on the TV, it's wonderful, this is the 3 months scenario again, and afterwards they get depressed, they get down because the goal's been achieved. Because they didn't realise the actual fantastic part of chasing it was the chase, was going after it.
Oh, yeah.
And they become depressed. They've got to set another goal. They have to set another goal and go after it because that's what life's all about. If you're not setting a goal, if you haven't got a focus, you've got nowhere to head in, you're actually dead in the inside and you're sitting there waiting for the body to catch up. I know people retire, they sit there and watch the frigging dog die. They've got nothing. They're gone.
Yeah.
And they're the ones, unfortunately.
But it's true. It's true. You've got to have a purpose to get you up this morning. So much. There's got to be a reason for getting up every day. And without that, that's so true. And, we can all that example of the Olympian is so true. We've all got things in our lives. You know, we wanted that car, we wanted that gadget, and we were looking and we were researching online and we were looking it up. We were speaking to the salesman in the shop and finding out all the information, and we were getting all excited about it. Then the day comes, we actually get the thing. We might need to save some money up to get it, and when we get it and we've used it for a while, it's like, oh, is that it? It's not as exciting as it was, but it's because of the chase. The chase was the real excitement. And we need to we need to have that new goal, that next something that we're aiming for. Yeah.
That's that 3 months thing again. You buy a new car. For the first 3 months, you clean it and look after it. After that, we don't clean it anymore. Getting it.
Yeah. Because we're there. We've got that goal. We've got to move on to the next. It's so true, and that's how we're wired. I think every human being is wired that way. And if we don't follow that nature of that, we're shooting ourselves in the foot.
There's nothing worse. There is nothing worse. I've always, and one day I will be there. Because there can't be nothing worse to be laying on your deathbed. You've got half hour to live, and going through your mind, you think, God, I wish I'd done this. I wish I'd seen that. I wish I'd done. There can't be nothing worse. Can't be nothing worse.
No.
I've always said, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
I think that's so true, Gary, and that's something that is quite a driver for me. I've seen a few people pass away, and I've seen them, as they've gradually, slowly been there, and I'm quite a reflective kind of character, and I look there and I'll say to myself, now I'm going to be there one day. It doesn't matter what I do. One day I'm going to be on a deathbed somewhere, wherever that is. And the thought of looking back and saying, I wish I had done that.
It can't be nothing.
An immense fear. That it's a positive driver. It's a positive driver to say, do you know what? I don't know the outcome of this. I can do this or I can do this. But I know what, if I don't do either, I'm going to have to deal with the regret of never having tried. And that is, you've got to do something. You've got to do something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for spending time with us today. This has been brought to you by the Case Mastermind Group. Please be sure to follow us in the links to this message. Please give your real, honest feedback on what you have just heard and share what you enjoyed or liked the best. We really do check the feedback that we receive. Please also share with your friends who you believe could benefit from it, just to show you care. To our listeners, remember, no matter where you are on the mountain of success, let's enjoy the journey together to the top. We will see you there, my friends.